The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass. I am your storyteller for this chronicle, Maddox. Hello. And joining me is a absolutely vivacious cast of characters.
I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Priscilla Rowland, known as Esmeralda, the Aishu.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing Melody Rockwell, also known as Lady Embra, the She.
Hi, I'm Unconscious Celestial, or Cozy Core, and I will be playing Eva Oakley / Ray Very, the Satyr.
Time to play that pony. Let's grind. I'm Junie Von Esch playing Honey Badger Swift, the Red Cap Troll.
Wow. I'm Ravenous Archon, and I'll be playing Oscar Holst, the otherwise known as Ridari the Troll.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Blair Ace Wilson, your Clericon.
And when last we left these Kithane, a satyr had shown up in town to introduce himself once again to Vrevari and seemed to cause some friction as the group came for their morning pastries to see someone harassing their friend. And then on a more business aimed note, Lady Embra interviewed one Aggie Sprocket, the mechanist of Denver, who was a bit cooperative. You wouldn't exactly say you had the most cordial experience with her, but you did get information and a direction to start on. But for this episode, we are going to be starting in a minimally furnished apartment. Oscar.
Sir.
It's been about a week from last session, and you've just waken up and are starting your day. What does your day usually start off as?
Am I working or is it a day off?
It is a day off.
I'm gonna go deal with the minutia of the day, bathroom and eating, and then I'm gonna text Madeline. I want to see how things are coming along with her friend Claire, and ask her how Brindle has been treating her.
And she does respond, not immediately, it takes her a few minutes, but she responds first with, turns out Claire is house sitting and can't really do too much right now. So haven't seen her. We'll look her up later. And then secondly, she says the memories haven't faded in intensity, but they're not coming up as much. I think I'm getting used to them.
Send back an emoji of a happy face. I don't know. Actually, not the emoji, like the emoticon, like the colon and the open parentheses or the closed parentheses.
Mm-hmm. And then you get an emoji back.
Are you busy today? Send.
And it goes to scene. So she did receive the message. She's not responding for about 5 minutes before she says, I'm busy today. Sorry.
Sad face, colon, and the other parentheses. Next time. Send.
Smiling emoji. Of course. Next time. And you do also get a text from a number that I believe you do have now, if I'm not mistaken. You do have Daniel as a contact, do you not?
I do.
You get a text from him as well.
No.
Hey, how's it going?
I just write same shit, different day. Like with a question mark.
More like old shit, different day. I've been remembering more about you and I. Ellipses.
I'm gonna write back. I don't know how else to apologize for what I've done to you in the past. So I don't know if
I think you need to hear this. And it does interrupt your typing to get the text out.
Then I'll clear my text out. You at the shelf?
Almost every day lately.
All right. I'll be there in half an hour.
See you.
As I'm about to leave, I'll text Vray. Talked to an associate who has been helping me with one of the arts. I can track down things and people now if you want me to go after that scumbag. And send.
It's a little while before you get a text back, but it comes back with I need to think first.
I'll acknowledge it, but I won't send back anything.
And then you hop on the road and head over to see Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And the shelf is open, but it's a club during the day. It's not like it's gonna be, thriving. But as you approach, you see that he's setting up the bar and doing pretty well at it, even for like not being able to move as fast as he could as a boggin. He's still pretty fast for what he's doing. And he does finish setting up just a quick row of some pre-cut limes and stuff when he sees you come in, and throws a towel over his shoulder and walks over to you, holding out his hand.
I shake it.
So we could talk in back if you want. Manager's cool with me for stuff like that. Or
right.
I think we have some private lounge areas if you want to talk there. Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
All right, just come on. And he just takes you back into the employee sort of locker area.
This is spacious.
It's all right. Easy enough to keep clean.
I just always figured there'd be like a stool and one of those porn couches.
Porn couches?
I don't know. Bars always have rumors about them.
Oh, no. I think this place was a strip club at one point, but they removed a lot of the features that made it that. I think.
Well, what did you remember?
We'd been talking before all of that. Like we'd met each other once or twice, and then it started on. But I misremembered. Firstly, I wasn't the only one that you were taking payments from. It was definitely others as well. Secondly, and the part that you need to hear, I think, we were trying to work together to figure out why you were having to do those.
Are you saying that I wasn't doing it of my own volition?
I remember you saying you were ordered to by Duke Killian, former Duke Killian.
The Duke. That might have to do with a machine he tried to use.
There's a another part I remember. It's throwing me off a little bit because I always feel like I never forgot this one, but I just never been able to say it. You're Sir Radari.
So they've told me.
You're noble. Yeah, well, it gets crazier than that, sir. I hadn't accepted yet, but you did offer me a squireship.
I don't know what that entails anymore. So I don't.
I'm just letting you know what I recall.
Okay. I want to offend you if I don't keep it open.
No, that's fine. We're both different now. Although you seem to have taken a much harsher hit than I did.
We all have different storms we're weathering.
But still, if we had that sort of camaraderie to the point where you offered me to serve under you as a squire, then I most certainly would think that we could at least be good friends now. Even if we can't remember being friends.
It worries me that if we were that close, why I would try to extort you. That bothers me.
Maybe we had a plan. I remember something about looking into these collections or these weird collections. I don't remember exactly how it was said. And then I think we had met up at your ranger station to discuss some things. And then Killian and Lady Rhiannon, waltzed in. Yeah. She was pretty.
Her.
Not the prettiest she I've seen, but she was pretty.
Do you have any of that? Any of those notes?
Not as far as I've been able to find so far. but I did sort of want to see if I could get your permission on something.
What?
Next time you're at work. Well, I'm a practitioner of Kronos. If you take me back to the station, if I can look back far enough, I can see what happened to us then. See if there's any more detail or things that happened before. I don't know. I don't know how far back I'd have to look.
That might be the best angle we have right now. Do you have any names of who else I accosted?
Um,
Anyone still in the city?
None that are actually coming up. No. I just know that there were other people.
Okay.
Maybe if you go around some Kith circles, you'll find other people.
Mhm.
You could always ask. Most people are fairly friendly. Even with the Unseelie moving in, that seems to not have changed much.
I don't know how to bring up my past as a extortionist, so I'll pass on that. I'll try to make amends in my own way.
Every bird has different feathers, I guess.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I forgive you. I mean, what sense would there be to hold a grudge over someone who can't even remember what they did? Not like it was your fault anyways.
I hope that sticks, at least with me. And then I'll extend my hand out to him.
He shakes it. I think you hold yourself to a really ridiculous standard, sir.
Patrol. We have different standards.
And I'm a Boggin. Our standard is comfort. Try to find some, okay? And he reaches way up because he's very short, you're very tall, and pats you on the shoulder. He's on his tiptoes to do it, but...
Put it on my list.
All right. And as that meeting wraps up, I feel it's time for us to do a quick drift over to Esmeralda.
Okay.
Where do you think you are by, let's estimate, 11 o'clock in the morning?
Rolling out of bed. She's been out all night.
Oh, you lucky. Sorry, your ST misses sleeping in.
Rolling out of bed because she's been out partying all night.
And you roll out, bathroom, brush teeth, breakfast, whatever basic start to your day it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear at first what sounds like just an odd scraping at the front door, and then a very loud...
I'll walk to the door. I'll peer through the peephole.
You're not seeing too much except maybe the tip of a goatee looking tail.
Oh, so he's come home. Okay. And she opens the door. He can open doors. Why the fuck can't he open the door?
You see him sitting there. You also see there's some new horn dents in your front door from where he knocked.
Why didn't you just open the door?
Courtesy.
Get your ass in here.
He turns around and backs up into the house.
So, tell me, you run these streets now?
Fuck yeah, I do. You kidding? It's me.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Really?
What, you think I'm lying? I'm hurt, Esmeralda. I'm really hurt.
So tell me, how did it go?
Well, becoming a drug kingpin, shocker, isn't as easy as you'd think.
No, you don't say.
I first had to call in some favors. Then I had to beat down some gangs. And I had to beat down some more gangs. Then I stopped for ice cream. Hey, nothing wrong with it. It was good.
In the middle of winter. Excellent.
What? Best time for ice cream.
Exactly.
Somehow the outside is colder than the treat you're having.
That is true.
And then let's see. There's also, like a lot of paperwork and stuff, and that's all boring bullshit you don't need to hear about. Did some arms dealing.
Really?
That Nigel guy, I wish was there. He probably would have helped me do with some of the planning. The problem lies in yesterday night.
What happened?
Turns out one of the guys who I'd had as my second hand was a cop.
Did you get arrested, Jolly?
Well, no, but the rest of the crew did.
So your
that he was
days
wearing
as a
a wire.
kingpin is over now.
Oh, yeah, no, the streets are fucked for me. If I try to go back, they'll just have me killed somehow.
Okay.
It'll be bad. Just fucking awful.
Yeah. So you ran these streets for all of a week before you fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
The highs of success followed by the plummets of failure.
It was an experience.
Now I want some tea. And he walks towards the kitchen.
And Esmeralda will pour him some tea into a bowl.
But he was gone the whole week.
Yeah, he was.
You did not see him. Even if you were out and about town, you didn't see him.
She pours him some tea and puts it in a bowl for him.
And then a gray crow lands on the lip of the bowl and somehow doesn't tip it.
Mm-hmm. I made a new friend while you were gone.
See Jolly lean in with his weird goat eyes and look. The crow is turned sideways, so there's only one eye, but they're both looking at each other. Don't touch my stuff. And then he goes to drink his tea.
And I went on a hike while you were gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Met an interesting gloam.
That's what?
A stone giant.
Well, from the look of you didn't get squished.
No. He was a perfect gentleman.
It's the second weird elemental thing you've met.
Yeah. He told me that... What was it that he said? It was... The earth says I have walked, but it wasn't me.
That's odd.
I know. And then Vincent, I had dinner with him the other night.
Oh, how was it?
Surprisingly, he can cook. Yeah.
Pretty boy's good for something. How about that?
How about that? And I think he's a chimera broker.
Neat.
Yeah. So,
especially for a she, usually chimera don't want to do business with them. They just sort of want to stay out of their way, or maybe
dude has
serve
so
them.
many in his house, for real.
Like many?
Many.
Huh.
Yeah. And well, he's stacked in draw, so I'm sure he's a fucking broker. But
that's fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah. And he said he saw someone that looked strikingly like me In Arizona.
Isn't there some old theory that there's at least 8 people in the world that look like you?
Supposedly. But he said that she had side-shaved pink part of her hair.
Oh, well, that's just horseshit. I've been trying to convince you to go with that look for ages.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It should. You'd look good with it.
Pink is not my color.
Neon. So bright you redirect traffic.
How about you go pink?
I tried. Doesn't look great.
See?
You ever seen a pink goat?
No, I have not seen a pink goat.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. The aesthetics just all thrown the fuck off.
So
Green, I
now what
could
are your
maybe
big
pull off.
plans?
I think right now I'm just going to enjoy my illegal retirement with the copious amounts of funds that I've garnered.
Excellent.
Maybe move to Fiji.
Go for it.
But I'm in no rush to go anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, also, learned some stuff on the Kith side, too, while I was out and about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Y'all are still going missing.
Really?
But it's not like they're finding murder victims like they were with the fucking Thalane. People are just missing.
Like all of the Gwydians. Except
No,
Ridari.
it's different. Random commoners plucked off the streets.
Really?
Yeah. Some people mentioned something about some people in like crisp sort of white uniforms bagging some guy. You hear all sorts of crazy rumors when you're out there, but yeah, it was definitely something to look out for.
Yeah.
And I checked all the missing people that keep going missing that people have been talking about. Most of them have been Fae.
And most of them commoners.
I don't know about most of them commoners. I just know that from what I've heard, commoners were the ones going. But then again, commoners don't have as many protections. Although the standard is that everyone has the right to, life, not being accosted. I never witnessed it personally, just heard about it.
I'll have to look into that. My to-do list just keeps getting longer, Jolly.
Need to start itemizing it.
I fucking hate paperwork.
Yeah, there were parts of that story I didn't share with you. Because most of it was paperwork.
Yeah.
And you'd think, nah, you're doing illegal shit. You don't have to worry about bureaucracy.
Oh, no.
Bullshit.
It invades everything. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to see why so many people finally got Capone. I mean, I won't get caught. I'm awesome. But
And you can always just, prance off into the dreaming if you need to.
see, this girl gets it, and he looks at the crow. Huh. I can't read this guy.
I can't either yet. Do we know it's a guy? And she looks at it.
The bird looks at you. Huh.
Her?
Nah, I'll be honest. Just as a chimera, I think it's a he. Just puts out that vibe,
Maybe.
It's not really something visual. You can just feel it.
Maybe.
And then takes a sip of the tea and flies off. Yeah, I can't read him. So weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, something weird on the front porch. Forgot to mention it.
She'll go walk to the front porch.
And you see just outside on the porch are cameras smashed and turned to gold. And your spots for where the cameras were, there are no cameras posted.
And no
up in those
alarm went
places.
off.
Could check the security system and see.
I will.
It's blinking as if there was a power outage.
She's going to go back outside and she's going to take all the gold pieces that she has carried around in her bag that he has left for her, and she is going to spell out in the snow, coward.
Okay. Oh my God, my yelling cat. I'm so sorry,
It's okay.
everyone.
The cat blesses us.
You have food, go away. But I believe on that very harsh note from Esmeralda, we can move on once again to a living room in a freehold where a party was held recently. And everyone in that living room is curled up and pampering and caring for Vrevar. Your Tragos has not let you stand up for anything unnecessary. Not a damn thing. If you said, man, I'm thirsty, they had water ready for you. If you say, I'm hungry, they had snacks immediately available. They wouldn't let you hit the buttons on the remote to change the channel on the TV to what you wanted. They said, tell us what to do. And unless it is to go to the bathroom or to go and hang out in like the backyard or something, you're not doing anything that we can't do for you. The
I'm
only
assuming-
one,
have
the
a-
only one not there is Gar, because he went
Yeah.
to have his car worked on.
I'm assuming I haven't even been able to leave the house then.
I mean, they say you are allowed to leave the house, but we have to go with you because we want to. And they haven't like all been literally like glued to your side or anything, but like they're in the same vicinity. A couple of them are on the couch with you, that sort of thing. And Not is painting, although at the moment she seems to just be putting colors on, like she's more trying to figure out a good backdrop first. So you're not sure what her subject of the painting is, but she's just very intent in focus, indulging in her passion. So you all are starting to feel a little, loosey goosey and uninhibited rather. And Vronos then comes by and sets a small plate of various, looks like there's some chips, dip, some cold cuts, cheese, crackers, just a bunch of small different variety things. How's it going?
I'm okay. I haven't heard anything yet, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Gar's out talking to some of his other friends in the Unseelie side, so we should get some more information at some point too.
I just don't know if they're all here or if it's just the two. Or fuck, I don't know. Maybe there's new ones that somehow have been. I'm thinking too much.
I mean, It's not necessarily true. Thinking too much would mean that you'd still be talking once you stopped that thought. But uh, this is going to make it sound like I'm trying to spin you into butter, and it's not. So please don't take it that way. Would it be a worst case scenario that they're not all here or that they are?
I think worst case scenario would be all of them.
Then let's expect that, at least for now. And until proven otherwise, just go forward with that as the state of the world.
Fair.
I know it's technically a song, but hope for the best, expect the worst.
This is true. I feel like I don't know. I'm just glad I'm a commoner and I don't have to freaking go to court right now. Like that would be knock on wood. But
He first hits the top of his head and then his groin.
haha.
You said it, not me.
I know. I think for now I'm happy to just be here. And we'll just I just appreciate all of you.
We'll try to have one of us posted at the bakery during your shifts and stuff for a bit too. I'm glad that they let you have some time off.
Oh yeah, they
I mean, I guess it is your bakery, but
yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
you know, your employees are very understanding that you're sort of shoving some work on them.
I mean, after traveling, I like to hope I have a good judge of character now, but we'll see.
Oh, also, we got this in the mail, and he walks over, like, back towards the kitchen, then comes back with what looks like a postcard. And it says very clearly, hello from Montana. And he holds it out to you. And you flip on the back, and it says just a smattering of words. Miss Yehoser, Felix.
Immediately, I just start
And
cackling.
it is addressed to Ava Oakley.
Yeah. I just start cackling. Like, oh my gosh, no way.
Is that the guy in Canada that you told us about?
Wilpersinger, yeah.
So weird that you've met one. I'd only ever heard them as rumors. I didn't know they actually existed till you told us that story when we met you.
Well, I mean, think about it. Forests. Where else would there be a lot of forests other than in Canada? So, yeah.
Although, looking at it, this was sent a little while ago. I don't know. It just seems like this mail arrived late. God bless the post office, right?
That, but what do you know about Wolpertingers?
It's just rumors, really. You don't see them much. They don't tend to stick around in actual like kid society.
There's a good reason for that.
Yeah, I'd heard they're like glamour vampires or something.
Kind of. Yeah, it's not their fault, but they can't stay around a freehold too long. So they travel a lot. Like sometimes even more than issue. So
I have a hard time believing that, not gonna lie. I once met an issue that didn't stop walking for 2 months straight. I still don't know how he did it. 2 months in a straight fucking line.
yeah.
And they say Sluar are creepy. Did you not get tired?
Probably not. But that's kind of exciting. I'm glad that they're still okay.
Although, what kind of a name is Felix?
One that they liked.
Okay. I'll try not to judge.
Okay, Vronos.
What? It's close to the coolest Titan in Greek mythology. That's not true, second coolest, but be a bit pretentious to call myself Vrometheus now, wouldn't it?
That's true.
Well, I think at least a couple of us need to get on with some shit, but are you good? I know we've sort of been, draped on you for about a week, but I'm sure
Honestly,
you're feeling a bit smothered at some point.
I needed it. I'm feeling a lot better now, knowing that I've got caring people in my corner. So I'll be okay. Like I said, I don't know what will happen if I see them all again or even him, but if I have at least one person, I'll be all right. So
Well, between us and the people that were invited to the party, I think you've got one or two on your side.
not for lack of being myself. So
And also, just randomly, did you hear something about some like Fiona noble showing up in town? Thought I'd heard someone say that.
yeah, at court, actually, when we were summoned to be told about shoot, the king? I don't know. Some guy got murked. I don't
King
know.
Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Although from what I've heard, he's not dead, just apparently really fucked up.
Yeah.
Which means
Like,
that it was probably a shitty assassin if they couldn't finish the job.
or they got stopped somehow. So
Yeah, but who thwarts an assassination but doesn't catch the person trying to do it?
I don't know. But anyway, they were there. So
All right. I have a history with House Fiona.
good or bad.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Closer to good,
Okay.
like 80-20.
Okay.
But I will admit, it's a big 20.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe I can talk to him at some point. I don't know. I'll have to figure out if it's something I actually should or need to do. Oh, and I don't think I said it before, but I really like that ring.
Oh, yeah.
That weird smoky one that you got there. Is that
Yeah, it's
real
new.
or is that actually no, that's Chimera, because that's
Yeah.
definitely oh my god, it's actual smoke. I thought it just looked smoky. You have a ring
Glad.
made of smoke? Since when?
You know, I actually don't remember. So, but it is very
Probably
pretty.
something you got on a bender and just forgot.
Yeah, probably. But you know, I think I haven't been to the club in a while. Maybe I'll see if some friends of mine want to go. You
I'm
don't
sure
have to
they-
if you don't want to.
Unfortunately, dear, I'm fucking swamped right now with other shit. Otherwise, I probably would, and I'm sure they'd be happy to see you. It's probably been a while.
Yeah, it's true.
Everyone would,
I
buy you
could use
some
it. So
drinks.
yeah, that's actually a good idea. And she kind of stops looking at her hand.
Just make sure that they disinfect the ball gag. We don't need another staph infection.
Yes, that is very important. You're very, very right. That is
How you
important.
can get it from a ball gag is beyond me, but he did.
I don't,
Poor
you know
fucker.
what? I don't want to know.
No, I don't want to know either.
Want to know.
They're fucking making satyrs blush with that shit. Fuck that. That's wrong.
Okay, you hush. That's enough.
It's called having a line, damn it. And you can tell he's hamming it up to a nth degree.
Yeah.
And as you look back, you see that Knot has made significant progress as the painting has gone from a sort of swirling like sunset mixture of colors with orange and purple and stuff like that. And it is now, the sunset is swirling around and turning into like a splayed out rose in the center. And it's all still using the same sunset style of colors.
That looks amazing. That looks so good.
Yeah, I definitely zoned out a bit there, but this came along really well. Should be
It's
done
so
in
good.
just a few more runs. I like that.
When are you going to have a gallery?
I think. Okay, so I think there is a way that I can get a gallery opening,
Mm-hmm.
but it would involve me getting in contact with one of the nobles.
Go for it. I'm not going to stop you.
Sorry, I just know that you and your friends have been sort of, embroiled, so I didn't want to.
No, do it. Seriously.
Luckily, she's not, from what I've heard, she's not a terrible noble. I think she's even Autumn, which is easier to deal with, I think, for she.
Mm.
Less, up their own ass in a non-fun way.
Very true. Seriously, though, if you can get it, do it. You deserve it.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Well, I'm gonna go make some. I'm gonna go make some calls. Love you.
Easy for
And
you
she
to say.
Yeah, and she kisses Knot on the cheek and goes to.
She also pulls you into a firm but brief hug before you head off too. And it's by that point that they're all now starting to be a bit less like, "Are you okay? Do you need us?" cling. Now that you're able to like sort of chill on your own, they've stepped back a bit, but they're still, more attentive than they were previously.
It feels good. Feels good to be feeling safe, and I think that's what very needed. So, yeah, I'm gonna go make some calls.
All right. And as the phone rings, I feel we must transition yet again. Ace.
Yes.
I mentioned before stream that I feel a meal was in order. If we could, I still wish to go through with that, but change the locale a bit.
Absolutely. Your
family's home
Oh,
for a light brunch.
joy. I wish I hadn't said it was okay.
Never agree to a contract before the details have been announced. As you, I'm assuming, arrived by yourself and through your own methods, you didn't have anyone drive you. Because your family would have sent a car had you asked. But as you arrive, they are not. The house is not in Denver itself. It is in one of the many branching cities of Englewood, specifically in an area known as Cherry Hills, which is a neighborhood that is so ritzy, the street signs dividing it from the rest of the regular neighborhoods are all red, but inside the street signs are still green. Try to figure that one out.
Ace is probably dressed like the grungiest clothes they have.
There are only two types of things that you see in neighborhoods like this, and that is a bunch of rich people with brand new vehicles and brand new clothes. And then, by the same token, a bunch of people in work trucks and gardening equipment. Those are the only types of folks you really see in places like this, is the people who live there and the people who work there. And you see sitting on the stoop is Ed. He's dressed in a simple colored t-shirt and nice black slacks. And he's just sort of posted there, hands on his elbows on his knees, chin on his hands, looking down at you from the small stairwell you have to ascend to get up to the front door.
So Ace will climb the steps, and say hello, Ed, and like scruff up his hair.
Please roll Dex Athletics. And I would encourage you not to botch. Difficulty 6, by the way, if I didn't say it earlier.
I'm just gonna use a willpower.
Totally fine.
Oh, that means 4 successes.
Okay. And you ruffle his hair, and you expect him to be a bit pissy. And so as soon as you ruffle the hair, your hand is away, and where your hand was, there is teeth. Damn it, I fucking missed. And he stands up.
As you always do, dear brother.
And he's going to not so affectionately take his first knuckle and try to dig it into your ribs as you both walk inside. And then he doesn't slam the door, but he definitely shuts it aggressively behind him and locks it.
Oh, don't
Come on,
pout.
Shut up. We're in the dining hall. And he says dining hall, but you can tell it's more of a force of habit of the fact that he's noble now. But it's just a larger dining room. But it's not like you guys are, sitting in some Viking mead hall or anything like that. It's not enormous. But the tables are set. It is, if you go to a fancy hotel and they say they serve brunch, that's what's on menu. Exactly what you'd expect from, well, I don't want to say the word shallow, but it somewhat applies.
Yeah.
Sitting at the head of the table, currently enjoying what looks to be a mug of coffee while reading a newspaper, is your mother. And she seems to have a pleasant, soft smile on her face. Sitting to her right is your father, who is currently attacking a stack of pancakes. And by attacking, I, of course, mean munching on. And then sitting across from your dad is your sister, who was looking at you both the second you walked in. And as soon as you met eyes with her, she just gave a quick, and then there are 2 more seats, one set for Ed and one set next to your father for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. He'll take the seat. He'll try and take this, or they'll try and take the seat for Ed first. But I'm gonna guess Ed gets there before they do.
Nah, he was distracted by something, and so you managed to sit next to your sister instead. No one seems to complain, although Ed does sort of glower as he walks all the way around the fucking table and then sits next to your father. And your sister Bella still hasn't stopped staring at you. So how are you?
Tired. When you have
You should really do something about that.
Helping you because you can't do it. That does tend to happen.
There's ways to beat tiredness. Coffee, 5-hour energy, not being so weak.
Okay.
There's all
then you
sorts
do
of
it.
things. Why would I do something so beneath me?
Oh, okay. If it's beneath you, then I guess I just won't do it anymore. Because you obviously don't care if anyone does it.
Oh, yeah. And you can especially just not. That's definitely something you're capable of right now. She reaches forward and takes a sip of her mug of tea and sets it down.
So you need me. Glad you admit it.
And from the head of the table, you hear a newspaper ruffle, fold, and then get set on the table. And your mother sits up. Children, there's no need to fight. But Ace, I would love a report. How have things been going? Any hiccups in any of the errands that you've been needing to run for us?
No, I'm
Anyone
good at my
giving you
job.
issues?
No.
I'd expect you to be able to handle yourself just fine, but I still wish to know if there's anyone who's making things difficult for my offspring.
I mean, you mean other than my sister?
Your sister's just being playful,
Oh, yes.
right, Bella? And you see the only time your sister ever looks scared. Yes, Mom. There will be someone coming in soon into town. And I have set aside some time. I made sure it wouldn't conflict with any schedule that you'd alerted me to before. But I set aside some time so that he could go through a saning ritual.
Is this your House Baylor friend?
No. Sir Simon is an associate by court. That's all.
Does that name ring a bell?
Sir Simon,
Yeah.
he is the as far as you all know, the only Baylor she that you've interacted with
Okay.
directly.
I didn't know if it rang a bell like within that circles at all, or like in the context of their mother. But okay.
It's a little odd that your family's working for House Baylor, because usually people tend to, well, if they're really smart, they avoid them entirely, but that's impossible. So just do their best to avoid them. So it's a little odd and funky, but they're also both unseelie houses and unseelie nobles. So her argument, while thin, is sound.
Do I get to know anything about this guest?
He's fairly young, not a child by any means, an adult, but not someone who's been within adulthood for more than a handful of years.
Can you elaborate a bit more so I know that?
Oh, he's a Cluricon like yourself.
Oh,
He said his name was Sandy.
does that ring a bell?
No,
Hmm.
actually,
come-
it's pretty noticeable how little it rings a bell.
And why are we helping Sandy?
Because of pity from outside sources.
You're going to need to elaborate, Mother.
We owed some favors. They have been called in. This is our payment.
Of course.
Oh, and as a warning to all of you, and at that, everyone at the table looks up and looks to your mother. The demon horse Lucifer has picked up once again. The upcoming football game is causing him to be antsy. I urge you to inform those that you meet to stay off the streets wherever possible. And hopefully, if he does go mad, we will have the excuse of a snowstorm like last time. At least that's how the Gwydians spun it when they were running the duchy. Oh, and the Dragon of Union Station seems to be active, which is odd. Usually he rests in winter.
Any ideas why there's so much activity?
I believe it's still some growing pains with our summation, our taking of the position. But I don't believe that's the only reason. The city seems to be something of a hotbed. So it's hard to puzzle out exactly. We can keep looking into it, of course, but without proper leads, we don't get very far.
It is interesting with all the changes happening recently. I mean, with the assassination attempt on the king,
That
our
was
recent
concerning.
rise.
I will let you in on a personal house secret, Ace. That assassination was not announced exactly when it happened. It was announced 2 days after it happened.
Why?
House Gwydion asked that they get affairs in order before anything be made public. We respected their wishes.
What more do you know?
About what?
The subject at hand.
I know that it seems odd. Chief Greyhawk was loved by the common folk. There was no reason to attack him. He ran his duchy with a fair hand. He negotiated peace between us and the other local fae, the ones from the native tribes.
Is there anything more that their mom isn't saying? I can make a roll.
Intelligence empathy or perception empathy? Difficulty 8.
That's 2.
Your mother hides things especially well. It is oftentimes very hard to gauge how she completely feels about something. But the problem with being your mother is that you've lived alongside her, I'm guessing, for a decent amount of time. So some tells have slipped through the cracks. And she is hiding it, and you're not even sure how much of it she's hiding. But she's smug. She's proud. She's satisfied. Partially. That's the main sort of vibe you're getting off of your mother. She is still holding it together remarkably well.
I do feel for you, then, Mother. I mean, I'm sure that some flack, or I'm sure it's made it difficult on your reign to have this happen.
It has not made it any more of a peaceful transition, no. But every place has its own difficulties.
And like Ace will like stare at her to let her know that they know something, but won't like confront her about it.
And she glances at you, but again, you can't tell if she actually noticed, if she didn't genuinely notice, or if she's hiding that she noticed.
She's hiding that she noticed. Ace knows their mother. Stop, Jesus.
Uh, your father rests a hand down on the table, and she nods and defers as if, like, yes, you wanted our attention, you have it. I don't suppose, Ace, you'd be willing to do one other thing for me sometime soon.
That depends.
When winter break comes up, could Anne maybe stay with you for a couple of those days?
You aren't
We're having
afraid I'll corrupt her.
we're having some meetings, and as much as we enjoy having her about, we cannot have her interrupting them. And she likes you.
On one condition,
Which
I get
is,
to know the topics of the meetings and who's there.
he then turns and looks between your sister and your mother. Your sister sort of has a frown, like she doesn't like that you're negotiating. And then your mother, and he then turns and looks back. Very well. I'll have an itinerary plan printed right up for you.
Perfect.
Thank you for your assistance.
Absolutely. You know I'll do anything for Anne. Speaking of, where is she?
Currently, she's up in her room. She wanted to just have some time up there. I think she's playing with stuffed animals. I don't know. I hope she is. She's been worrying us. And it's the one time when they say that where you have in a while seen your family show genuine emotion, not put on emotion. But they all sort of are like,
Worry how? What's going on?
your mother takes a long draw from her coffee again. She's slipping more and more towards banal ideals. We
I
can't
was
seem to
afraid of that.
we can't seem to convince her otherwise.
Well,
That's part of why your father wants her to be with you.
hopefully I can help. I'd hate to see that for her.
They actually all nod fully in agreement with you on that one.
She deserves better.
In a perfect world, she would crystallize. But such as I'm not sure if it's meant to be.
I mean, the rest of us have.
So it would, of course, be a perfect narrative of the dreaming to have the one black sheep.
I think the one black sheep means that she'd turn out Sealy.
At that, the only one who really shows much in terms of like emotion is Ed, and he just sort of half gags.
Exactly. That gets more of a reaction than her not.
Well, all the same, thank you, Ace, for coming by and agreeing to help us out. Never let it be said that I don't appreciate what you're doing for us.
Ace will turn to their sister and be like, absolutely, mother. Anything I can do. And I thank you for the appreciation. It means a lot.
How many dots of perception do you possess?
I have 3.
Your sister's right hand is bleeding from how tight of a fist she is making in trying to smile politely at you.
Good.
And you are dismissed should you wish to leave.
Ace might go and check on Anne. Like, not necessarily disturb her if she doesn't want to be interrupted, but like go listen in at the door. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not really hearing too much activity. It definitely doesn't sound like a kid who's just allowed to tear loose in their room. But occasionally you hear like a piece of paper moving or fluttering.
Ace will go and Ace will knock.
Yes?
How you doing?
Hey, Ace. And the door opens and you see that she has like a small desk for reading, and on it is a book, nonfiction, because the family can't seem to get her to read like stories that are just told for the fun of it. But it's still like age appropriate for her. It's just not the sort of books that everyone in the house really wants her to be reading, but they're also not going to force her to read something she doesn't want to read.
What you reading?
Oh,
Why are you flipping pages so aggressively?
I was flipping pages aggressively? I'm just reading.
I could hear them through the door.
She walks over and flips a page back, and it looks normal enough, but you're pretty sure like maybe the paper's laminated or something. They just have a weird extra flex to them when they turn.
Got it.
It's a book about birds.
Oh.
They fly because their bones are hollow. Or that's how they can fly. I just read that.
I wonder why they're hollow. Like, why'd that happen?
Probably because regular bone marrow would be too heavy.
Yeah, but they never really needed to fly, did they?
In school, some people say that they evolved with dinosaurs and stuff. I don't believe it. They don't look anything like lizards.
Haven't you heard the chicken's the closest living relative to the dinosaur or the T-Rex?
But we eat chickens.
Yeah, see? The hollow bones made it weaker. Why'd it do that?
Probably just the way it evolved over time.
Why, though?
Well, I haven't gotten to that part in the book yet.
Let me know if you find it.
Okay, I'll tell you. And she then turns and sits back at the desk. It goes back to reading. After having offered you some of the, well, not most banal answers in the world, but not exactly anything encouraging either.
Ace will leave. Probably give her a kiss on the forehead and then leave, actually.
She does reciprocate and like give like a quick side hug with her arm and stuff. And on that rather melancholic and gray note, I believe we can take a break right here.
Ooh.
Well,
Spicy talk.
Spicy.
The spiciest.
Talking about
Hello,
satyrs.
everyone. Oh, you're talking about
Spicy.
satyrs. It's either spicy or alcoholic.
Yeah. Or sometimes spicy and alcoholic.
Nothing greater than doing a shot of YOU, baby.
Okay, no los dos.
That's the sort of shit you get from satyrs. It's fucking weird sometimes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the break, and thank you for still being here when we returned. Now, when before the break had begun, we caught up and saw a bit of personal recovery from the previous week of crazy that was the previous episode. And people are slowly starting to unravel more about the lives now that they are in a, as functionally, different duchy. Esmeralda's having some issues with a gold-plated stalker. Oscar is slowly trying to piece back his life that he can't remember. Frevari is surrounded by a support network as an outside force tries to disrupt the comfort. And Ace has to deal with House Aileal. Lady Honey Badger Swift is currently in a mechanic shop, halfway underneath an SUV.
Now this is probably after I did my whole. I started a network for neighborhood watch,
Mm-hmm.
and this is after I had my conversation with Crunch to send him on some research.
Yeah, your red cap house guest, and he was more than willing. And the neighborhood watch seems to be setting up okay. You know, you've preliminarily had a first meeting, and a lot of your neighbors are actually really excited by the idea because they're tired of the like shitty police response time in the neighborhood too. So they're all for stuff to like make things more safe for them and their families. And you feel as you're halfway under a vehicle, someone like kick the side of your foot to get your attention.
Until it sleeps while Metallic is playing in the shop. And as she feels the kick, she's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is it? And what the fuck you want?"
Oh, who the fuck is it? It's your fucking boss. Come on, roll out for a second.
I got a fucking boss. I own this shit. What the fuck are you?
I'm kidding. Chill out.
Yeah, suck a dick.
Later.
Okay, that's on your time, my guy.
Look,
And
can I just
roll? She'll roll.
And he's also got 2 things of coffee, and he holds one out to you.
Who is it?
It's just it's one of your coworkers.
Okay.
It's like the assistant manager, as much as you can have one of those in a mechanic shop. But he's the guy under you, essentially.
Hey, question for you. Did you know if that delivery got sent over to the Brown House? I ordered 24 lemon-filled donuts, and I ordered 24 raspberry-filled donuts from Eva Oakley's Bakery, and they have to come by my shop to get a free donut. They have to say hi.
All right, I think you did get a shipment of something or another.
Sweet. Because
I
I'm
remember
making those bitches to try and at least say hi to people. And I have to go to court, or I have to go in sometime because assholes, I need to find some shit out.
Court? Wait,
Yeah.
what did you say about court? You good? You like got jury duty or some shit?
Oh, yeah. You know me. I'm trying to be a pillar of the fucking community.
Drink your coffee. And he pounds it back with you. Most of these guys can actually sort of hang, like none of them are red caps, but they could be, you're fairly certain, if they ever were, because they all have that sort of vibe to them, but they're not like bad guys. They're just gruff.
Yeah, a little rough on the edge, and diamonds in the rough. It's all good.
I also got your attention for another thing. There's some fucking lady outside who's asking for her thing to be worked on, and I don't know, she's being all particular and annoying, and I don't want to fucking, like, she's nice enough, but it's something about her, the vibe's off, you know?
All right, well,
And,
I'm almost
with weird customers, I like you to usually handle that shit.
Yeah, because I got a big mouth, I know.
It's because you are the one person who seems to routinely never get stepped on around here.
Yeah, it's because you know what? You got to remember your boundaries. You got to set that authoritative figure like stance. You are the master of your own fucking destiny. You got to own it.
But yeah.
Remember my pep talk with you last night?
I mean, yeah, but
Take your balls by your hand and be the man you need to be.
One step at a time. Let me see how my divorce settles first, and then I'll go back to trying to be a man, all right?
Being that you're trying to get kneecapped, that you don't. Okay, here, let me tell you. For this one, all you need to do is finish draining the oil, close it up, and add the oil. The rest of the oil, you're done.
All right, I got that. And he gets on the roller and takes your place, slides under.
She'll take her hands and wipe it in the whatever rag she had off of in her back pocket, and she'll walk up into the front.
And you see sitting in one of the chairs waiting is a satyr. She has smaller, cute little curly cute horns, but the left one is chipped right on the end. But she has sort of strawberry blonde for her hair, and it seems to go a decent length down her back. You also see that. Sorry, we passed to a trailer for a second and threw me off. You see that she also has a simple sort of sundress style thing on, and then a thick winter coat over it. It seems a little odd of a fashion choice, but the sundress is a very sunny yellow. And yeah, she looks the picture of a satyr with a bit of a saccharine sort of edge to her. And she sees you step out, her eyes go wide for a second, like, oh, I didn't expect to see someone like you here. And then she stands up.
I own the place. Do I need to take you into an office to have you talk?
I don't think that will be necessary. I just was hoping if you could service a vehicle of mine.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
you're
at my garage.
It's that one right out there. And she points to what looks to be an old classic 1970s Ford Mustang.
Yeah. Blue. I can fucking do what? Okay, who are you?
Oh, and she looks around, and oddly enough, there's no one else in the front space with you right now.
Valid.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. My name is Jester, and it's very good to make your acquaintance.
Okay,
who
Honey Badger.
Oh, you're Honey Badger Swift.
Yeah, I get the whole thing because I know my cousin.
No, dear, I've heard about you.
Yeah, like everyone's heard about my cousin. This is fine.
No, I've heard about you. Honey Badger Swift, the red cap.
Yeah? What'd I do now? Oh, wait. Who did I eat that you knew?
No one. I've just heard that you're an exemplary warrior.
Oh, shit. Don't tell everyone that.
A fantastic...
Don't expect shit.
No, you're a knight of House Ska.
But that's fine.
The House of Warriors.
I'm aware of what I do. I kill people.
It's incredibly impressive.
Okay, thanks.
Do you know that I'm on my way to becoming a noble myself?
Oh, God, why?
No, it will be so nice for me. I promise.
Okay, wait.
And it won't be anything.
Do you live here?
Just recently moved, actually.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
I came over with some of my family and friends.
I couldn't tell from the accent.
Oh, you'll hear it from most of us.
Okay, wait. Are you Sealy or Unsealy?
Oh, Unsealy.
Okay. Look, the courts have changed. Some people stay, some people don't.
Oh no, we've heard about all of this. Don't worry.
Okay. Look, I'm Sealy. I asked because I care.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. You meet so
I-
few Celia Redcaps.
I know. Apparently, from a friend of mine, I'm a fucking unicorn.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I've met unicorns.
Yeah, I know. I fought with them.
They're pains in the arse.
Yeah, hence why I think that's why she calls me a unicorn. She's in a shoe. I'm apparently a pain in her ass.
Hmm.
My horn just goes right up her ass and she screams out in pain. I don't know why.
Horn?
Yeah, like a unicorn.
Oh, I missed the joke. Well,
Oh, I just run off of things all the time. It's fine.
In advance, I want to say thank you for working on my vehicle, Lady Holly
Yeah, sure.
Badger.
What's wrong with it?
I've never been terribly good with cars.
Okay, tell me the sound it's going through.
There's an awkward grinding noise.
I mean, you're a satyr. I mean, awkward grinding noise?
No. There's a difference between the grinding noises that I'd want to produce and an awkward grinding noise. Anything
Gotcha.
I do with confidence, dear.
No, I'm not saying that you don't. I mean, you're a fucking satyr. But I mean, if you're telling me it's an awkward grinding, I just want to making sure I knew where the grinding's coming from.
Well, you're one of the most open red caps I've ever spoken with.
I mean, I speak my mind. Why fucking dilly around for other shit? Life's too fucking short.
Oh, I do have a quick question though, as she starts handing out stuff to have a transaction for payment.
Mhm.
There's another satyr who might be in town.
Okay.
I was wondering if you'd met her.
Narrow this down.
She goes by Vrevari.
I know of a Revari. Why?
We used to be friends back when she lived in Scotland, and I miss her. I want to say hello, see how she's doing.
Well, how about you give me your information? If I bump into her, I'll let her know. How's that?
Oh yeah, certainly. And she takes out a very nice little business card, and it's for a flower business.
Okay.
Although it is branded with the traditional lipstick press of a pair of lips.
As per satyrs do.
Seems like it is rose stems, but instead of roses, it is a bunch of lip kisses, as per the graphic design of the business card.
Yeah, I kind of think Revari does her lip kisses with French bread, kind of twisted up on the side of her business cards.
That's entirely up to the player on how the business cards for her business look.
Oh, that's fine. This is just Honey Badger's idea.
But she thanks you, and then she asks how long roughly you feel like you'd need to hold it. And most of the shop standard is at least 3 days to sort of, figure stuff
First,
like that out.
I gotta assess it. I gotta see what's going on. Give me about 3-4 days, and then I'll give you a call and tell you what you gotta do.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And she shakes your hand, and then as she pulls away, you know how you can tell when someone's not trying to maintain contact with someone? Because if you touch them, there's the touch and then it immediately goes away. Yeah, this one she lingers and her fingers brush a little bit along the edge of your palm as she pulls her hand away. It was
Honey doesn't really connect with that at all, but okay.
It was a pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Yeah, likewise. I don't set in ceremony. Just a night. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I like being able to respect people who have earned their title.
Sure. Here's a question. What kind of which kind of house are you going to be trying to go into noble-ish?
Oh, well, most of my work has been with House Leonon, so that's where I find myself leaning.
Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, hey, as long as I know where people are fact checking it,
And also on the business card she handed you,
Mhm.
it says Harlequin Flowers as the business name.
Hence her name's Jester.
But the actual legal name printed on the business card is Veronica White.
Okay. Yeah, we'll roll it in. We'll take a look. I gotta go do a couple of things, but I'll check it later on today. It won't be a problem.
All right. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, sure. Just enjoy your stay here.
And she gives a caring, sweet little wave and then
That's all
heads
the way.
out. And you see her walk down the street a little bit and get into a car that was parked where it sits for a few more seconds and then drives off.
Any way to get the license plate number of that car? If I can like take my phone, zoom it, and take a picture of it.
If you're really fast, let's do
fucking yeah, lightning, right? Yeah. Why not?
dexterity technology or dexterity computers to see if you can whip your thing out fast enough. Sorry. And be able to snap a photo before they take off.
You are
I'd
not
like-
sorry.
No, of course not. Can I spend at least 2 glamour on this?
Glamour?
Yeah.
What for?
Why not? Extra buff. Because why not? This is fishy to me.
I will say I'm not sure what spending glamour would do for you.
You can
with
spend a
this.
willpower for a success.
Oh, willpower. Sorry, different conversions. My bad. Yeah,
No,
I'll spend
I missed the intent too. It's all good. But yes, you can spend willpower.
I had a Han Solo moment. I was like, that's not how the Force works.
Listen here, Chewie.
That's not at all how the Force works.
Never tell me the odds.
Okay, what is the what's the diff on this?
Let's say diff 7. Because they're not sitting for a long time. So it's gonna be whether you can get
plus
it out.
the willpower, that's gonna be 3, because I got 2 successes.
All right, that is enough. As they take off, you look down. All right. Yes. You got 5 out of the 6 letters.
That's not bad.
Well, sorry, 5 out of the 6 characters.
That's fair. And being
And
I know... Yeah,
and it
go
was
ahead.
not a Colorado license plate.
Ooh, what was it?
New York.
Letters and...
You can tell because the Colorado license plate is white with a green silhouette
Yes,
of
it
mountains.
is.
New York is black with yellow lettering.
And being I'm very good with cars, what is the car that they are driving?
It is the car of Colorado, a Subaru Outback. It did not have any skis on the ski rack, but there was the ski rack still there.
So...
But as a mechanic, you'd also know those cars are a dime a dozen. You see them fucking everywhere.
You're not wrong. She's gonna, I'm sure she got the keys and everything. She's gonna put a mechanic on that car to get it pulled in.
For
Does
the
that
Mustang.
have right? And does that have a license plate number?
At the moment, it has a temp plate. Or 2 templates, rather, but temp plates.
Mm-hmm. She's immediately going to take pictures of the card, text them right to Ravari going, had somebody come in with, and she will describe the car and say, this is what they gave me as a thing. They asked about you or if I knew you. They drove away in this kind of car from New York with New York plates. After we had a little problem with that asshole last week, is this good? Because I didn't want to give her any information about you until you were done. You were good. If this is, this is okay.
You get pictures of a business card that you remember quite clearly, Vravari.
You get a response back. Not good, but expected.
I'm not passing information then. She can go find her own fucking info. With that, she'll take the 48 donuts and go into court. With a makeshift sign, say hi, get a free donut.
People do come up and accept.
Because she's got to find out information, and I know how much everyone else loves to go to court. So she's going to pull one for the team and go to the brown house. Fuck it.
You're gonna flex that one dot of politics.
I'm flexing that and flexing the title too. Fuck it. Gotta use
Fair
it on
enough.
my own shit. Find out stuff for everyone. And she'll sit there and wait. She'll just talk to people, be nice,
All right.
slightly pleasant. She'll watch for Shark Boy to see if she can get some information out of him. Other than that, if any of Ace's family is there, she'll be polite.
They're there. None of them come up to get a donut.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I'd throw raspberry
Not
donuts to him anyhow.
not even Ed, and he's a red cap, so you can tell he's actually like staring at them, but he's not going to get any.
Oh, she'll tease him with it, kind of like going, real good.
Yeah.
So good.
He's
She'll
gritting
actually
his teeth pretty hard.
She'll slowly eat the donut in front of him.
And with that, I feel another transition coming on. Ace, Lady Embra, do you feel that you two would meet just one-on-one, or Ace, would you try to bring others along to meet with her as well? Because she had reached out to you to speak with you.
Ace might bring Ez.
Hey,
If she
Esmeralda.
wants to come.
Sure.
She'll tell her. They'll tell her.
Mhm.
Uh,
As soon as the invite comes, Esmeralda, you feel like it might be good to go to this meeting. It seems like a serendipitous direction to go.
Of course it does. She responds, be there ASAP. She just looks at Jolly. She says, why do I even bother coming home? She walks out the door.
You want me to watch it?
Whatever. She gets in the car.
You hear, as you're buckling up and getting ready, something tap on the side of your window.
She looks.
You see a crow flying at the window trying to get in.
She lowers the window.
And he gets in and at first lands preliminarily on the steering wheel, then sees you can't see through him, so then he hops onto the dash.
Okay.
And you see Jolly just standing at the front door, and he nods and shuts it with the horns. The bird turns and looks at you.
Guess you're coming along for the ride. And she backs out and takes off.
And it doesn't take long for you all to convene. I would assume Ace would be the one to decide the meeting location, as you were the one who was approached.
still at the club.
Oh, at the same place where Oscar was earlier?
Yeah.
All right. And Lady Embra, you arrive with Bella
As always.
to a modernistic club known as the Shelf. It is very much in sleek black lines with a few white accents here and there for their logo. It's very minimalist. But as you enter, well, it's still not like proper evening, so things aren't crazy hopping. But there's customers, there's dancing, all that sort of stuff. There's a clear Boggin, a young man behind the bar who's serving drinks to people, and seems like the service is pretty prompt on that one. And then you see sitting at a table is Ace and Esmeralda.
All right, I'll give him a quick wave and head across the area there to get to the table before taking a seat.
And it's interesting, as you see these two very different women approach, Lady Embra seems to glide like water. There is not a spot that she can't seem to slide past in just the right motion. She never seems to stumble or trip over anything. Bella seems to have that ability too, but it's more like the way branches would sway in a breeze with the trees creaking.
Mm-hmm.
And also people seem to be keeping out of her way a little bit more.
She's Slua, of course they are.
Yes. So it is two very different ways to do the exact same motion of flow and drifting through a crowd, but they arrive simultaneously.
Hello. It's good to see you both again.
Yeah.
I hope we find you well.
That's relative, but could be worse.
My sympathies.
And mine as well.
Appreciated.
And a half server. It's a club, so it's a little more like they're just drink people, and occasionally they take food orders. But a server does come by and take orders for Lady Umbra and Bella. Bella asks for a shot of vodka.
You see, Esmeralda actually has a bottle of whiskey.
Ace gets shots of
Whole
tequila for
bottle.
the table.
Oh my. So, Ace and
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, pleasure to make your acquaintance once again.
Yes, Lady Umbra.
Well, I apparently you've been told about my desire for information, Ace. And I was wondering, just to start, what was your connection to the House Aileal in general, if you don't mind?
Family by blood.
Really?
That's
rare.
The Duchess is her mother.
Well, I imagine you have
their
all
mother.
kinds of
I'll
secrets.
correct.
Why don't we do questions for questions? Why do you
Sure.
want to know all of this?
Well, I enjoy a good mystery, and also House Fiona has ambitions in the city, and the duchy turning into a unseelie domain would make that a little bit less viable.
Well, it
Plus, of
seems
course,
House
there's-
Fiona's late because it already has.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to work out everything I can, especially with the king having been brutally injured in an assassination attempt. So, I guess for my first question, why do you want to give me information on your own family?
Because they're my family. And their house Aileal.
There is this. Oh, sorry.
Does more really need to be said?
There is, and it's barely audible, a wispy chuckle that just barely escapes from Bella's lips.
That's fair enough. So,
What do you know about the assassination attempt on the king?
precious little, unfortunately. I've tried to pry out a little information, but aside from the Dauntain incident, it seems like this is being kept rather tight-lipped.
So you don't know anything beyond the public knowledge?
Not yet. I'm hoping I can learn a little bit from you. Or at
Can
least
I
a little bit more.
insight check that just to make sure?
Of course.
Perception, empathy again.
And Lady Embro, what is your... Don't tell me which, but charisma subterfuge or manipulation subterfuge?
I'm going to roll on that too.
Okay.
3 10s and a 9.
Ooh.
4 was the score.
Okay. Okay. We'll set the difficulty at 6 then. So congrats, Ace.
5 successes.
God damn.
For reading
right,
you
and
like a book.
And what were your guys' intentions for that roll one
Just
more time?
to see
Just so I can know.
if Umbra knows anything else about the assassination attempt that they're letting on.
Yeah, just to see if she's being as forthcoming as she wishes us to be.
Lady Ambra, I believe you would be the best at describing the answer here.
There's a genuineness to her line of questioning, and it's likely that she's more out of the loop than she wants to be. And it seems pretty genuine in the desire to learn more about this particular event. And yeah.
So there's your answer.
Before you answer anything, Ace, Lady Umbra,
Yeah.
we seem to have a history of you and your kin coming to us wanting answers, wanting stories, wanting things from us, and giving us nothing but headaches in return.
Well, let me be the first to apologize for my kiss.
You don't need to. I judge the individual. But understand that if you want our stories, you're going to have to contribute something.
Of course. I'm willing to pay, if need be.
No.
Higher.
No. You're going to help us.
Help you with what?
Oh, trust. There's a lot that you don't know about that's going on in this city. And if you want to know, the best way to learn is hands-on.
You want a boon, then? Or you want to work with me in general?
Let's see what you can do.
Nothing
Sure.
so serious among friends.
Of course. I like to think I'm friends with everyone.
Bella's fingers curl over Lady Embra's shoulder, and you guys did not see her directly behind her. You thought she was sitting down. But Embra, you do feel her fingers hook over your shoulder, and then she leans in close to whisper in your ear. This seems like almost too golden an opportunity. Do be careful, my lady. And then her fingers peel away. And you guys see how she stood up. She stood up in a way that her body shifted sideways, so she was immediately behind her lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sits down in the same twisting motion and as if she never moved.
It's Sluaw shit.
Sluaw creepy.
It's Sluaw.
It's going to be uncomfortable for everyone observing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my girl.
That's all, Ace. Now, if you want to answer questions, go for it. But I just wanted to make sure she understands the price.
You might
I think I can work with that. I see no reason why not. And you've already helped unseat a Dauntain, so it's not like you're unreliable.
Congratulations on that feat, by the way. That's
Indeed.
Not easy.
Didn't really
Nasty
work
business.
in our favor.
Unfortunately.
Well, one thing at a time, I suppose.
And S looks at Ace and says, I swear I should have sat my ass on that fucking throne.
Knowing Mother, she would have ripped you to pieces. I'm sorry.
Oh, she could have tried. She would have had to catch me first.
Is the Duchess prone to such violent action?
There's more than one way to rip someone to pieces.
Now Xyleal known for their political acumen, we'll say.
So what's your
Regardless.
next question?
Well, I guess I'll start with the obvious. What do you know about the assassination attempt? And has there been any word within House Xyleal about succession after such?
No one spoke of succession. I mean, he's still on the throne. They do seem a
Inaccessible,
little smug about it all, which, in my opinion, is suspicious.
Oh, extraordinarily. An unseelie takeover, followed immediately by an assassination attempt where the king is just bedridden and totally inaccessible, except for House Xyleal, of course.
Beyond suspect.
Not to mention, I don't know if you saw House Baylor.
Yes, their agent is difficult to miss, we'll say.
I have news regarding such, my lady.
Oh, what have you heard, my dear?
There are more of them in town.
Of course there are. They're like fucking cockroaches.
From what I heard, there were 2 others.
I
Maybe
see.
more.
Ember's got a notebook out and she just starts to pen notes. Interesting. So we're seeing a possible resurgence of Baelor, maybe scouting it out, maybe working directly with Ailiel.
We don't need to assume that Ailil is necessarily the bad guy. We can't narrow and focus too much. Yes, I will admit they are likely the bad guy, but we don't know for sure. When did they start? Do you have any idea when the other ones started arriving?
From what we have gathered, the arrival had somewhat trickled in over time.
Days, weeks.
Starting with, I'm sure, the few Unseelie nobles that were here previously. Maybe they sent out word that the duchy had moved hands. That's my only assumption.
I didn't know if the
Aye.
timing related to the attempt at all.
It is shockingly convenient.
Yes, it's seems rather pre-planned, which is surprising given the existence of a Dantean.
My lady, may I ask them something?
You may always speak freely, my love.
It is just something of a private nature. I was uncertain. Do you all know how to properly access the freehold in the underground? You all have no fucking idea about a freehold in the underground. The underground's the underground. It's its own fucking place.
I don't spend much time underground. I mean, the last time I did, we saw Fomorian. So, yeah, it's not a fun place for me.
My word.
Why?
What do you want to know?
That freehold is a place of knowledge, of record keeping. I feel knowing the history of the city would help us. But they have said that if one wishes to learn information, we cannot send proxy. We must come ourselves. But we have heard from some of the locals that the underground is treacherous.
Don't worry, my dear. I'm happy to protect you. But I can't guarantee I can protect all here.
Protection is less my concern as a loss of direction. We can fight our way out of most things, except equilibrium.
I tend to not get lost.
And that comes to my second ask. Would you and any others who wish to attend accompany us sometime down there?
It would have to help to have a few additional noble folk as well as any muscle we can get.
Oh, we also have nobles that are muscle.
You also don't need to be a noble.
Indeed.
I am living proof of that. And she smiles, and it's really disconcerting not only that someone can smile with no teeth, but not even the indentations for teeth. Smoothest gums y'all have ever witnessed.
I will say that if the two of you are helpful to us, I would agree to helping you navigate.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for in the history?
As much of the political history would be quite useful. On the Kith side. The human side is rather well documented. Anything else, my lady?
Well, I suppose my question to Miss Esmeralda would be to what is the nature that you'll be needing my assistance before I can fully agree to it? You don't need to give me every detail, but an outline might help.
Well, let's see. We have Commoner Kith being snatched up by people in white suits. We have...
I've heard about that.
Oh, you have. Great. I just heard about it tonight. The dreaming is screaming. Yeah, that's great. And
I have heard that as well.
yeah. And and not to mention there's House Leonon here harassing the fuck out of one of our friends. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's Leonon?
Yeah.
Why would they harass? Who's your friend, if you don't mind me asking?
A satyr. Vrevari. You met her.
There are those capable
right.
of harassing a satyr.
They are satyrs.
I see.
They have a history. She got away.
So House Leonon, at least here, seem to be of an aggressive sort.
Yeah.
At least it's
Oh,
few.
and Lucifer is running rampant now.
Oh yes, we have seen the demon.
Yes,
horse.
we've
that was the
seen
dragon.
that.
by
The
way.
dragon too. Fantastic.
Dragon.
Oh yeah.
I hadn't heard about that.
Where is there a dragon?
Subway, right? Player.
It was
Train
it was
station?
Train
it was
station.
on top of Union Station.
Yeah. Ace will relay that.
Well, there's quite a few methods to clean up and work around, but
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
it doesn't
sure
seem
we can
like-
help each other.
It doesn't seem like the Duchess has any inclination to clean up anything. She just keeps inviting more assholes.
Yes, well, that's the nature of these things. Politics and hands being tied and favors being owed. And
Yes, and her spouting out one side of her mouth, oh, she wants to take care of her people. No, she doesn't. No,
That
she
doesn't
doesn't. She wants to
surprise
take
me.
care of
I mean-
herself. And she just takes a swig from the fucking bottle.
I'm sure in her mind, the busier the people are trying to stay alive,
the less they'll be able to
likely they are
focus on her.
exactly. And of course, a she would get it.
We're masters of the art of distraction. Well, I suppose then we have a little bit of an agreement. I'll help you with your issues if you'll help me with mine, gaining knowledge and
Oh, you'll gain knowledge. Don't worry about that. You'll gain more knowledge than you ever wanted to have.
yes. I'd also like to investigate why Husquidian is just in full evacuation. I
Yeah,
can't
especially
imagine that-
considering they left one of theirs.
I can't imagine that House Aileal. What show of arms could they have to take this without a fight at all? It baffles me. So
Took down the Dantain, and the Duchess herself walked in with her retinue. Literally
Armed in
moments after.
politics? I
And
believe
the-
there's the phrase "walk softly."
and carry a big
Right.
stick.
You know, like
And the freehold accepted her so quickly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's all suspicious.
I have never heard of freeholds doing anything quickly.
Makes no sense. There's so much here.
Could she have been accepted before?
That would imply that she was using the Dantain as a puppet.
You put that past her?
That is my theory, my lady.
I also
Yes.
suspect that the former Duke's second, a Lady Rhiannon, was an infiltrator.
It wouldn't surprise me. Proximity to a Dantane, all bets are off.
She attacked one of my kin.
Did she say what house she was from?
Oh, she claimed to be Gwydion, but she carried a cold iron knife.
There is no Lady Rhiannon within House Gwydion at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of such.
That's why I think she was an infiltrator.
Absolutely. We'll need to find out who she is.
I would love that.
That's what I love a good mystery.
Yeah.
Can I make a roll so as this part of the conversation's been going on, Ace is still thinking back to did the Duchess have power beforehand? Ace is gonna look back on their experiences with their mother and see if like anything would have indicated that potentially.
What a tricky role to puzzle out for that one. So Ace is thinking back and looking for specific details in relation to that sort of topic?
Yeah, just to see if there was any indication that she may have had power before she let on.
Let's say wits politics for that.
Okay.
Or intelligence politics. I will let you pick on that. Just let me know which so I know which info to give you.
Going with wits, and I will spend willpower.
Okay. If did I set it already, or do you need
You
it
did
still?
not say it, but I was assuming
Apologies.
6.
Yes.
Okay. How do willpowers work with a botch? Do they just cancel?
Yeah, it's the same. It's treated the same as a normal success would be.
Okay. Yeah. So it's still just a normal success then.
Okay. So how many successes total?
Just the one.
Just the one.
It's a good thing I willpowered.
See, it's somewhat of a tricky thing because on one hand, yes, your mother did have power before all this. She was already a high ranking as a noble. Your mother was a baroness. Although it is impressive that a baroness managed to skip countess and go straight to duchess in her ascension. But stranger things have occurred. But to say that she may have had a foothold in the freehold previously, it's not unlikely, mainly because House Ailil are very politically minded and would think that many steps ahead. Because usually if they're the house to move for victory, they already know that victory is assured. They're not the type to strike on, risk. Not for those sorts of things anyway. So there's a high likelihood, but for specific details, you're coming up blank at the moment. You could probably look into it more.
I will, aside from all of this and this bargains, I will warn you that my mother is very good at this game. Very good. She's a grandmaster, and we're just state champions in high school of a chess game. Very far ahead. I'm going to guess there's a reason why House Fiona isn't as predominant in this city. And with the foothold and the time that she's had, and who knows how many resources keeping eyes out in surrounding areas, especially if she's targeting the king. The odds of a potential unseating remain very small. So just be careful.
Always am. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate the warning. It's like we're back in Arcadia. So much backstabbing.
On that one, unfortunately, you can tell that Bella is not relating to you on that particular comment, Lady Umbra.
I know.
And
S
there's a
just
sort of,
takes another swig of her fucking bottle and looks away.
oh, fantastic timing, Esmeralda, as your phone rings.
She looks at it.
Do you still have Shelby's contact?
She'll answer, what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep yourself safe. I went after your stalker, and he caught me. I can feel my blood turning to gold. So just be careful. And it cuts out.
Esmeralda, are you all right?
No. I haven't been all right for about a year now.
You tell, not to pry. Is it anything that I could assist with?
Your phone buzzes with a text immediately after Lady Amber finishes talking. And it's from Shelby's number. Who's a coward now? And then you see that the number is blocked.
Of course it is.
So you can't respond.
Of course it is, because he's still a coward.
Luckily for Esmeralda, there is shots of alcohol on the table.
Oh no, she's literally grabbing the bottle and fucking downing it.
I
It
see.
might use what is it? Is it mooch to get another bottle from behind the bar for her?
And as she takes the last of the whiskey into her, she sets it down. She doesn't even look remotely drunk. And says, yeah, I've got a stalker.
Goodness. Mortal or Kithane?
Mage.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. It's the first time you've seen the Ishu look sorry, not Ishu. Fuck me.
Slua?
My brain. Slua. The Slua looks uncomfortable when you say mage.
Not only that, but one who's probably made a deal with a demon.
This town
have
gets
troubles.
better by the day.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I've got to get home. And she gets up and walks out.
Before you go, Ace will like grab your arms as you're walking away and just like it's a hold on gesture, not like firm. Let me know if you want to come up with a plan to take care of them.
I'm working on it, Ace. I've got Aggie trying to come up with something to capture.
I mean, you have my skills too.
Like you
Alright.
aren't fucking busy doing your parents' bidding.
I have time, and plus, you know, I don't listen to them.
Do you perchance need a stand-in? I know some piskies.
That's my girl.
What can they do?
Pretend to be Ace while they're out doing important work.
I doubt it would work, but I'd almost rather do it anyway because I know it won't work.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
There's also a puka in town that I'm trying to get a meeting with my lady. He apparently knows quite a lot about what goes on here.
And who would that be?
I've only heard him referred to as the March Hare. You all,
a rabbit
all the
puka. Mm.
all the locals actually do know the March Hare.
Mm-hmm.
His name, as he writes, is John Doe. He does not give his actual name ever.
Yeah, that one's hard to pin down.
He is about 40 years old and a bit of a mystery to the town. No one knows how he makes money, but he's not broke. He seems to help a lot of disenfranchised folks. He seems to volunteer quite often at centers for teens who have gone through hardship in their lives. He seems to be very focused on stuff like that. He wears an aviator jacket, and he is probably one of the most welcome presences in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not leave. And everyone also knows that he is publicly unseelie, but a commoner. But the March Hare knows a lot about this fucking city.
Good luck with that. And she looks at Ace and says, anytime you want to stop by, you know, my place is always open. And she goes out.
Well, apologies, Ace. I hadn't wanted our meeting to end on such a sour note.
Who says it has to?
Amen.
And Ace holds up the bottle.
And Bella
Very
picks
nice.
up her shot of vodka, which she hasn't touched to this point. Cheers.
Cheers, dear.
And as Ace and our dear she drink their troubles away as Esmeralda storms off to head home to yet more bullshit. I feel that's an excellent place for this episode to conclude.
Can I do one thing really quick? Sorry.
What would that be?
I want to text my contact Ulysses to see if he's heard anything about the assassination.
Okay. You will get that information between episodes to share. I want to thank my players for being very, very awesome people who are very resilient and tough role players, because they are in the shit. And yes, their ST definitely dunked them in there himself. So I thank you all for dealing with the bull crap.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening for yet another episode of Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass. Fuck. Thank God I don't have to work tomorrow. Mama's going to drink after this.
Aftercare.
Aftercare for fucking real. Yeah, that was a bit much. But anyway. So yeah, join us on the Discord. We have an amazing community there. Tomorrow we'll be playing a community non-stream game of Blood on the Clock Tower. Y'all. Yeah. It's social deduction and backstabbing and all kinds of sus-ass shit. So it's going to be fun. Got to be part of our Discord community to participate in that, though. Yeah. And if you would like to catch back episodes of this stream or any other of the streams on our channel, check out our YouTube. We have amazing content there from nearly all the WOD splats for real. And we've got a bunch of mini-series, one-shots of various systems and games. Check it out. And also, if you like Call of Cthulhu 7e or D&D 5e, check out the Ishvel YouTube channel. Both links are in chat now. And if you would please slow down on the commands, please. I use them as prompts. Thank you. Yeah, y'all need to slow down. Stop being dueling fucking commanders. If you would like to get some studio merch, we still need to come up with some for this, Junie.
Look, I'm working on things, okay? Made a beer last night.
Seriously, check out our Zazzle store. Make sure you're logged in because we do have some items there that are registered as adult items due to language. So make sure you have logged into an account on Zazzle to view our merchandise. And we don't mark up prices there. So it's all basically the base price. And just if you would like some of the merch, get some. It's fun. We've had the merch store for a couple years now and still haven't cashed out yet because we don't make enough profit. So... And we have amazing friends that are members of our community. And even at this table right here, Junie, what you got going on?
Chaos, massive chaos. I'm working on finishing up some stuff for this actual month for crochet. I am going to be working on the whole merch thing. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll actually do that tomorrow. Anyhow, so yeah, we're doing that. You will see me on several people's channels at the same time. More to come for Queen's Gambit here too.
And Ravnos Archon, what you got going on?
Hi, everybody. I do TTRPG stuff on my own channel. Right now, we're slowly getting back into the groove of things, so I'm not at full capacity yet. But I'm getting there, and I'm getting more comfortable. But you can find me on my own channel if you want to watch some other TTRPG stuff.
All right, and Mischievous Red, what you got going on?
Hi, yeah, I also stream on my own channel on Sundays, and typically we do miniature painting. However, right now, because there's a massive update, we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. So check on Sunday for that.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know you played Eevee.
Better believe it.
Yeah, so check out the links to our friends' channels there. We also have in that list re-rolls. He does some amazing TTRPG streams on his own channel. Sometimes he's the storyteller or GM, and sometimes other folks in his community are storytellers and GMs. But they tell some really great stories over there. Go give them a like and follow too. Yeah, so seriously, coming up over the next week, here's what we got going on. Okay, first off, is fucking Tis playing this week? I have no idea. I think, maybe. Okay, yes. Okay, great. Because I always mean to check, and I never fucking do. But
Sometimes Cthulhu calls and it's voicemail. It sucks.
it sucks, yeah. Okay, so coming up over the next week, we have Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Kansas City, Domain Divided. Yeah. I'm in it. Red's in it. This week, we're going to have 2 special guests. Oh, yes. We're bringing some lupines up in this joint. Maddox will be joining us at the table, and so will Junie Von Esch. So you'll want to tune in Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern for that amazing episode. And then Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, we have Call of Cthulhu 7E. It is London Esoteric Society with some amazing investigators that do all the sus-ass shit that they should not be doing, that drives them insane and gets them murdered and shit like that. It's really bad, but it's also really fun. And our amazing European GM, Dr. Tiss, runs a fantastic game. For real. You'll want to check it out. And then, of course, Wednesday, we'll be back here, 8 p.m. Eastern, for more bullshit in Denver, Colorado, with Changeling Stained Glass.
I promise the real city is very pleasant, just a bit expensive.
And lastly, take care of yourselves, y'all. For real. I am currently playing a character in this game that is on the verge of fucking crisis. She has the soft-hearted flaw and just heard somebody murdered over the fucking phone. Yeah. So, if you are in crisis, please get the help you need. Right now in chat, there is a group of names of organizations with numbers that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you are struggling with your mental wellness or you are in any kind of crisis, any kind of trauma crisis, anything like that, please contact those agencies. Please get the help you need. We want you around for a long time. Seriously. And if you can, reach out to your support network if you have one. If you don't, try to get any kind of help you can, please. Also, take care of your physical well-being too. The mind and the body, they work together, y'all, for real. And if you don't take care of one, not only is that going to start falling apart, but so is the other. So seriously, take care of your physical well-being and your mental. Get your shots, get your checkups, take your meds, drink your water. Yeah, take care of yourselves, okay? Get some sunshine if you can, okay? For real, take care of yourselves. And lastly, I'm going to say, I hope y'all all have a safe 4th if you decide to celebrate. Here in the United States, it's Independence Day tomorrow. However, with the current ruling of the Supreme Court, it doesn't seem like America's much of a democracy anymore. So Mama's going to be drinking. Yeah. My Revolutionary War ancestors would be rolling over in their fucking graves right now. Yeah. So, be safe tomorrow, y'all. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and light off fireworks. Please, be safe. Please. I don't want you going into hospitals, okay?
Yes, may I add a small addendum for that?
Sure.
If your fireworks do not go off, for the love of God, do not look down the fucking barrel.
Yeah, for real.
I beg of you all.
Walk away.
Douse it in water if you feel it's a safety hazard, but don't look at it.
No, don't. You'll lose an eye.
Seriously, you're not in the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that dumb shit.
Yeah, please be safe. Please be safe. But make sure you're also registered to vote. It's real important. I know. It's frustrating as fuck. Apathy can end up being at an all-time high right now because it is fucked. But we've got to prevent the GOP from having control anymore. We've got to. Look at what they're doing. Look at what Republican fucking justices are doing. Look at what they're doing. We can't allow it anymore. Please make sure you're registered. Turn up and vote in November. Please. Said with love. Y'all have a good night.